Hey guys, as you can tell, it's pretty late. Getting ready for bed actually. Wanted to make a little video before I went to bed. Last one was about a week and a half ago, I want to say. But just something, just wanted to make something little. Something that clicked for me is I never made a video about retail, working in retail and such. I know I did one on a blog ages ago, but nothing here. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna throw off some tips and tricks if you're gonna be going into retail or already are working in retail, and how to basically survive in retail. It's yeah. The day can be very long and everything. So, I guess the big thing is working in retail. First thing I gotta say is, even for first going into what to expect, as well as those who are there now, is get comfortable shoes. A lot of people say that, but well, where I'm working at, I have at least 10,000 steps a day. At least. I think my average now is between 12 and 15,000, including right now, I guess. As you know, I normally pace around too. It's a habit of mine. I gotta walk and talk at the same time. I don't know, it's just a thing I do, who I am. So, but, plus I'm barefoot, so it's comfy, you know. So, make sure you're comfy, because you be expected to walk upwards from 10,000 plus steps a day, even if it's just going to be a cashier. Because even at one of my previous jobs where I was a cashier, I still had at least between 8 and 12,000 average steps. So let's get ready for a lot of standing, a lot of walking, a lot of movement. And that's nowhere even going if you're going to go into warehousing. Ooh, that's even more. But yeah, be prepared for a lot of movement, a lot of walking. Get comfortable shoes. I'd recommend the Dr. Scholl's. The Dr. Scholl's soles. I definitely have those in my shoes right now. So they definitely do help. Yeah, but that's big tip number one. Be ready for a lot of leg activity. Don't skip leg day. Number two, big thing I'm trying to roll it off memory as well from my blog is I guess be prepared to, I mean, you're going to be constantly dealing with people, but I'm not going to say be a goody two shoes, but at least try to be on everybody's good side to an extent. I mean, don't be afraid to be you, but try to, like, not make any enemies. Because you don't know this who knows who, or who can do what to tell who to what, you know. Just, you know, for me, I always try to go in and try to keep on everybody's good side. And that's the big thing I can say. You don't have to be their friend, but don't be their enemy. That's the big thing I could say. So who knows? Might land you in a better place at some other point, you know, or maybe they'll end up becoming a best friend of yours, or something along those lines, just because you were nice to somebody one day, you know. I actually can give a prime example here of a buddy who actually, he was just real nice to a customer once, and the customer actually was just literally building, like, he just built his own little company and whatnot, and he offered him a position right then and there to own I think it was a restaurant, I believe. I think it was somewhere out towards Philadelphia. It's like somewhere around or in the city. And he offered him to be the store manager of it, because, you know, he's like, yeah, you've got great skills and all that. You know, you're really kind, helpful, and patient, and da-da-da. How would you like to be a manager for my company? And I was just like, what? But no, seriously, it can happen. It sounds like bull, but, but you never know anybody. I mean, one day, that one customer who was real rude and mean to you could end up coming back the next day or even later if you were nice to them and apologize. I've had that happen to me a few times as well, where they came back a couple hours later apologizing. So yeah, that's the big thing I would say, is at least try to be on everybody's good side. Don't try to put an attitude towards anybody, because you don't know their life story. You don't know anything about them. You just know them from that brief interaction. I mean, unless they're like regular customers and you're comfortable like that with them, then, you could go into joking if you want, etc., etc. But, yeah. Hey, sweetie.
Hey.
But, yeah, just make sure you keep on everybody's good side. Try to make acquaintances or allies, Don't... Just try not to rustle any jimmies, so to speak. That was another big thing for surviving in retail. So, yeah, make sure you get comfortable shoes, be prepared for a lot of activity, and be prepared for a lot of people, and be prepared to be on pretty good sides. So, at least... don't let any anger or anything like that take over. Those are the two real big ones I can really think of off the bat. I mean, is there anything else you could think to add about surviving in retail? Okay. I can think of one, maybe. Oh, another big one for when you go in, actually, is, I know when I really got my first big job, so to speak, is I went into the whole thing about I wanted to learn. So make sure when you go in, you actually have a goal that people can actually relate to. Because for me, my first job is I wanted to learn. Okay, I didn't know anything about anything. And basically my whole spiel to the manager who interviewed me was, I just want to learn. I don't know anything about, anything really, anything about the real world, so to speak. And I want to learn. I need to learn. I need to learn how things work. I need to learn how to do this. And I want to come here and, I want to not just, come here and just be like, give me my money and leave. I want to learn. I want to earn the money, with not just hard labor, but with, using my brain. And that was the whole thing, because, I've never really had a job like that before. I've only ever did like part-time jobs, or jobs that really didn't, I wouldn't say didn't matter, but I would say like jobs where I would be at a standstill. Like there would be no advancement, and the whole part of advancement is you want to learn, you need to learn, and you really want to go into it saying, hey, I want to come in here, I want to make money like everybody, but if I want to make more money, I got to go higher up. I need to learn more. So there's a common goal right there if you wanted to learn. Because if you learn more, you can make more money. Not just for yourself as well, because you think you learn more, you'll make money for the company, which gives more money towards you. Common goal right there. Capitalism at its finest. Because the whole thing is, you have a job, You're there to make them money, and if you make them money, it's gonna make you more money. Capitalism at its finest, you know. And if you're nice to people, like I said, with the second key rule there, bam, that can make them come back more to be regulars, and then more money all around. What's the word that I'm thinking of right here? I can't think of the word. Help me out here. When you're communicating with people and whatnot, you get a social circle and you can expand it.
Networking?
Thank you. Networking.
I think, well, I could be wrong. I've been there 2 years, but I think a lot of them are already loyal customers or kind of customers, whatever you want to say. But they'll always, there's certain ones that'll come to me and they're just like, yeah, hey dude.
And then going back to networking though, with that you'll get to know more people, in which then who knows, it could happen to be like what happened to my buddy. Somebody could just walk right up and offer you a job right then and there. Like I said, it sounds totally crazy and stuff, but I was there. I witnessed it. I was like, what? Yeah, you know. I told you about that. Brandon?
Wait, what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he literally was just at work and the guy walked right up and, you know, after he helped him, he offered him the job to just manage his new store right then and there. And always make sure when you're in retail, always give your 2 weeks. And make sure you actually work and stay those 2 weeks. Now I'm calling somebody out with this and I apologize, but that's, I mean, you know, yeah, I'm just gonna say, just make sure you do that.
Unless it's like an emergency where you're like
Yeah.
in the hospital or something.
Yeah, there are certain things, but
you
don't
got yourself in a, you know, you're in a coma. You kind of can't.
Yeah, there's certain things that can be twisted like that, but yeah.
Unless you like literally can't. But that's any job though. Pretty much.
Yeah, just don't.
Just to leave on good terms, just in case wherever you go doesn't, you know, pan out well or whatever. Then you can come back to where you were, possibly.
Yeah, God forbid you need to go back to that job again.
Yeah.
Don't just put your 2 weeks in and then quit right in the middle of it, because that's bad. That'll look bad. And don't look for any recommendations in that note, especially. And I know some jobs ask for those, and they do contact them. A lot of jobs don't. I'm not gonna say anything beyond that. But I know every time you expect them not to, they will. But every time you think they will, they won't. So just remember that. If you really think they're not going to contact them, make sure you put somebody down as a good reference. Who can actually give you a good reference. Because some people...
Yeah, friends with a great mind that, they don't really care about it. They don't really do it. They're just like, I don't know. That's what I heard somewhere. I forget. Somehow. But, yeah, just to be safe. Pretty much. I was gonna say, and also where we are, I used to be okay with, people, like, leaving and then coming back pretty quick. Like, they have a policy of, like, 6 months, but, well, there's one guy that's there that did that, I know, but... Yeah. Now they're kind of like, no, we did that too much, and there's other ones that were bad circumstances, pretty much, where they just kind of left with nothing, just disappeared, pretty much, and they're just like, yeah, we're not gonna take you back, pretty much, and especially if you do something stupid, then you pretty much get banned. You sell tobacco to underage kids, or ammunition, pretty much all those restricted items. If you do that, if you steal, what else? I don't know. I guess if you got in a fight or something. Yeah. Probably that you would get banned.
Yeah. So overall, the big tips for this one for surviving in retail is get ready for a lot of movement and exercise. Um, comfortable shoes. Like I said, you probably hear that so much, you're tired of that, but it's honestly the truth. I can't stress it enough. Another one, and the other big thing is networking. To summarize it up, you don't have to be everybody's friend. Okay, that's the big thing. You don't have to be their friend, but at least be somebody who's actually, to everybody, seems like a decent human being. A lot of, I can honestly say, there's managers that are thick. I mean, thick-skinned and thick-headed, but that's beside the point. But because usually if you are going to advance, you got to put on a front. You got to think, because there's always that middleman right there. You got to be a decent human being, but then again, you got to think what's best for business. That's what managing is all about, and supervisory and such. But that's for another time. Overall, but like I said, the big thing is if you're just going to be like a retail worker, at least be nice to everybody. Like I said, you don't have to be their friend. You don't have to care, but at least semi-act like it. Don't be a pompous, Don't be discouraging or upset or angry. I mean, of course, show sympathy, empathy, and whatnot. They say something, deep down, sadly enough, a lot of people say they don't care when they hear that stuff, but there are those, like myself, who do, and show concern and all that, because I've heard millions of stories from people, millions, and I think I've only ever talked to thousands of people. But yeah, be prepared to hear stories from everywhere, from East Jabip to China to I don't even know. Trust me, I've heard it all the way from things in high school to what happened to their cousin, not mine, but in their way they would say mine, but it'll be their cousin's ex-wife's twice removed nephew did this. And it's like, that's nothing to do with you, but okay. But yeah, just be prepared for any of that, and be prepared to care. At least throw on a facade if you have to. So, you were saying?
I was going to say be prepared to be there for most holidays, if not all holidays. Because, there was new people that came in to where we work around Thanksgiving time. So a little bit before that, but you know what I mean, like around that time. And they were like, oh, my schedule. Oh, I gotta be here on Thanksgiving. I want to be with my family. It's like, yeah, we all do. But we gotta be here. So, because most retail...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, most retail is open on I can't even, on all holidays pretty much. Ours is actually closed Christmas. Christmas Day. But I know there's some that might be open all holidays pretty much.
I know there was one of my old jobs that was closed on Thanksgiving, which was nice, but they were open the very next day, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Oh, and yeah.
Well, we actually got Easter off last year and this year, so.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, it's a key day still, important day, whatever you want to say to them. That's what they say, like an important day that you gotta be here for scheduled. But yeah, you get the thing on there, and it's 6 months or something like that, right? 6 months.
Yeah, you can go. Yeah.
Yeah. So once that goes in there, you go to the date, look it up. Look it up to make sure that you got it right or whatever. Because Easter, especially Easter, it's like sometimes March, sometimes April, and then go in there and be like, could I get this off? It's not guaranteed, but you can try.
Oh, and I guess the big thing is,
to
coincide with working holidays. if you do have to work a holiday and you call out or no show it, be prepared to be blackballed. Yeah, in more ways than one. Who knows, you know? But yeah, like I said, these are all different things for different days. But hopefully at least this was somewhat enlightening to those of you who are going into retail or even working there now, helping those go alongside and all. If you have any questions about it, feel free to throw it in the comments or whatnot. I even got a Facebook page. You could throw some questions or comments on there for my channel. Yeah, if you enjoyed it, feel free. I mean, I could make another one if you really want me to go to like into, for holidays, for what else was it? Supervisory management. I've very little experience in supervisory management, but I can at least, have some leeway in there if you had any questions or comments, concerns. I by no means claim to be a professional in anything. I can only give you personal experiences and those that I believe would be the best way to at least handle them. But if you have any questions or anything about working in retail or anything, I mean, even if you really wanted to go into it, I could go into warehousing as well. I have very little experience in that. Even delivery. Like I said, feel free to throw some comments or anything in that, If you have any questions, I can make a whole nother video about it. Something that I'm at least semi-confident in,
Be truthful about your availability. Like, especially if you're a younger person in school. Let them know your school schedule. They'll usually work with you. I can't remember if I'm literally sitting here being like, did I just think of that myself? Or did I actually hear, there's some company that was like, we're not going to care about availability anymore, pretty much, or something. It was just like, what? This is stupid. I can't, Target or something, maybe? I can't remember.
And, well, that's their problem.
No, I'm just, I can't, I might be just, my brain might have just been like, that's a thing. So I don't know if I'm right, but usually most they'll, give you that when you're applying of, is there any, or certain days, be a little bit aware if you're like, oh, I always want weekends off or something, that they might not give you that many hours then, but yeah, if you're kind of young, 16, 17, 18, in your school, you just be like, I just want, a little bit of money coming in to help me to save for college or whatnot, then I guess it's alright or whatever. But if you're a little bit older, then maybe you think about, oh yeah, this is gonna be my only job, then I kind of want pretty much full-time hours, but it's all, what your schedule, if you have other things, you taking care of family or whatever, I don't know, or whatever, but.
Alright, well, we've taken enough of your time. More than enough, But, yeah, the last thing I can think to leave you on with this, besides the usual, have a good evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time it is remember, every job is different. Per se, the place that I work at could be different than the one that you're working at.
Yeah.
But overall, just because they're different doesn't mean that they're one and the same, if you know what I mean. And capitalism at its finest. Everywhere is looking to make money. Money talks. Ching ching, bling bling, patent pockets. Shane McMahon reference there. But okay. Moving on. So, overall, like I said, it might be different, but then again, it could be the same. Just know, everybody at a job is different. And that's the big thing. Everything is different, but it could all come together in the same way. Just make sure you all remember that. And like I said, hopefully you all have a good evening. morning, afternoon, whatever it is. Anything about, any questions about anything, if you want me to elaborate more or anything, throw it in the comments, throw it on the Facebook page. I'll be here. I exist. I still breathe.
Say, where do you work? I want to come see you.
No, thank you. I'm good.
No. I work on second and.
I'll see you. I'll see you on Facebook Messenger first. So I was about to get ready to plug this in like my phone.
Oh jeez. Wow.
Yeah, I'm tired. I need to go to bed.
It's tired.
It's very late. It is very late. It's like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So, and I got work. Oof. So, yeah. I will definitely be talking. What?
What time you go away?
In about 12 hours. 12 hours. I go with it. It's, yeah. Are you really counting that?
4?
Yeah!
So.
You were really counting. I'm not being mean, but it's like there's 24 hours in a day. Okay, you're right. I'm being a little mean. I'm sorry. I love you. Okay, well, anyways, like I said, I'm sorry if I took too much of your time. I want to end it on a little more positive note than all that, so hopefully, like I said, I'll hear something from you guys, hopefully, and like I said, I look forward to it. I might just make a, what do you call it? Not the,
Follow-up? I don't know.
yeah, I'll do that, but I was thinking
Follow-up
about, like, not an AMA, but one of the, I'll pick some of the questions that I get and throw them in the next video. I will. I always do. You know this.
Okay.
Not always, but you know I do it frequently. Well, you don't know anything about the page, so.
Even though I'm the whatchamacallit of it.
Anyways, enjoy, you guys.